the biggest winners of the year just kind of keep winning in December. And that's exactly what we're seeing in Marvell Technology. The semiconductor company is now up over 100% year to date. Doesn't hurt that they reported a terrific quarter 2 weeks ago with strong tailwinds from their AI-related businesses. One that set the stock up 23% in a single day. Since then, Marvell's kept running. I mean, so can the momentum continue? Let's check in with the hard-charging Matt Murphy. He's the chairman and CEO of Marvell Technology. To get a better read of the situation, Mr. Murphy, welcome back to Mad Money.
Yeah, thanks, Jim, for having me. Appreciate it.
Okay, so I'm going to tell you, Matt, with all the executives I've met, you have been the most plain-spoken about the revolution that was occurring in your company.
Yeah.
You said it out loud to everybody, and there were a lot of skeptics. But could you walk through the narrative? Because you were very clear that AI was going to be the future for you.
Very much so. Look, 3 years ago in 2021, we did an investor day. We laid it all out there. That in the cloud and in the data center, the trend was going to be towards custom silicon. Right. And custom silicon for AI.
Right.
The last 3 quarters, we've been saying that on our earnings calls. In fact, I came on your show in April after our AI day, and we laid it all out. $75 billion opportunity for Marvell, targeting 20% market share in custom AI chips. And now you're starting to see in our financial results, in our third quarter and our Q4 guide, tremendous momentum. But it's been out there.
It's been out there to the point where you even flagged. You said, Jim, please look at the press release we had, which was, you said, Marvell expands strategic collaboration with AWS to enable accelerated infrastructure. It was December 2nd. So I looked at it. I said, wow, I think that's really big. It turned out to be huge.
It's huge. It's huge.
Tell us why.
It's unprecedented. I think in 2 ways. One, it's actually a two-way relationship. So on the one hand, there's a 5-year arrangement where AWS is going to buy silicon chips from us, both for custom AI and for networking. So that's one part of the arrangement. 5-year deal. But the other side of it, which is very strategic, is AWS is our supplier. We use AWS for our design of our chips in the cloud. We're an early adopter here. So it actually works both ways. Both companies are leaning in to support each other to drive the growth. So it's very unique.
But we would be wrong to think, when we think of hyperscalers, that there's just one that's a customer of yours. You've got others.
We do. Yeah, we do business with all the top 4 U.S. hyperscalers. We're shipping custom silicon chips to all of them. And then for 2 of them, we're developing custom AI accelerators.
But this does not necessarily mean to the exclusion of work that you've been doing with NVIDIA.
No. Look, NVIDIA has been a tremendous long-term partner of Marvell. And we work with them in a very complementary way because we have a very strong business in chips that are for the connectivity inside the data center, getting the data on and off the chips and into the network. So we work with them on those types of products as well.
Can you explain to people that every chip, everything, custom silicon, every bit of it is needed? It's not like, well, if you win, somebody's losing. This is just one where everybody needs your stuff.
Absolutely. Look, we are in an unprecedented AI supercycle for AI as a service, but also for the silicon TAM underneath it. This is unbelievable. I've been doing this for 30 years. I've been through every major one of these cycles. PCs, smartphones, digital cameras, cloud computing, you name it. This one's bigger than all of them.
Okay, so where are you seeing people use it? Because we still have skeptics, Matt. Will you tell the skeptics, other than the fact that you plunked down $1 million because people weren't listening when your stock was at 72, it's at 125.
Right.
What are people doing with these chips, with your custom silicon, that you know that they don't?
Yeah, think about it this way. Think about the data center capex that's being spent.
Okay.
Right, hundreds of billions of dollars a year.
And these are smart people. They're not wasting their money.
They're very smart. And so what you want to do, if you're going to spend that kind of capital and the OpEx as well, because energy is so critical, you've got to optimize your cloud. You've got to optimize your system. That means every watt of power you want to squeeze out in terms of performance and power savings. And so when you optimize or customize all the silicon up and down the stack, you can get that benefit. So there's a huge economic reason that these companies want to go do that, but it's not a zero-sum game.
Right.
This market size is enormous today, and it's going to be astonishingly large in the future.
Why is it so hard for people to understand your critical role in all of this? Until now.
Yeah.
You told everybody.
Look, I think to be fair, I think it's a combination of we've had a strong story. We've had strong proof points along the way, but our third quarter results and our strong fourth quarter guide, biggest beat and raise we've done as a company, I think it just sent the message that it's here. It's not in the future. It's already starting.
At the same time, I mean, you've had these other businesses that are, this is secular that we've been talking about.
Yeah.
You've got some cyclical business that I think, especially with an easier Fed, they could turn up big.
Oh, big
and
time.
they're not small.
Yeah, no, that will have a big impact on it. And in fact, when I came on here in April, you gave me a little bit of a bad time about those legacy businesses, but fairly so.
I'm a jerk sometimes, Matt.
But guess what? Those businesses, like an enterprise networking, carrier, telco, those types of businesses, we guided those businesses up 15%, mid-single digits in our fourth quarter. So they are recovering now. So that's really the base foundation, kind of bedrock of Marvell in terms of profits and EPS. But then we have the growth kicker from the AI, which is a much bigger market.
So why do people always say, putting words in your mouth? Two wise guys said, oh, Matt's going to buy Altera. And I said, well, I don't think so. And then I said, well, Matt's going to leave and he's going to go to Intel. Right. I mean, there's just this kind of weirdness of a yesteryear thing that Intel's got going versus what you guys are going.
Yeah. Look, I said on my earnings call, first of all, I'm so blessed to be at this company. Right. So blessed. It's an amazing.
And it didn't start easy.
No.
You should tell people you were almost. I thought you were going to go bankrupt at one point.
Yeah, it was a turnaround situation. Right. Very serious set of problems. There's a delisting notification from NASDAQ. The board had turned over. Right. There was no CFO. The auditor had quit. I mean, there was a lot of things to deal with. And the bones of the company were, the engineering bones were good. Right. But the products were all in consumer tech. Right. So the transformation that we drove, me and my team in this company, is to a pure play, custom AI, data center company. Well, I have to tell you, 75% of our revenue.
You were one of the.
It was zero back then.
You saw it coming. And you made some acquisitions, and some of it was a little bit of luck, but you told me, look, Jim, I think this one may have something big in it. Yeah. You were the most transparent executive I have ever met. Yeah. And all I can tell people is this guy told you what was going to happen. And he even finally, in the end, just bought stock in the open market because you weren't listening. Yeah. And, well, what a great run. Yeah. Matt Murphy, Chairman and CEO of Marvell Tech, MRVL. Go look at the history of this company. You will not believe how big and how great it is versus what Matt inherited many years ago. Man, Money's back after the break.